Awesome, everybody. Well, welcome to our Tuesday night Trailblazer. Look, I even got my sweatshirt on. Trailblazer and Honeybee all team call. We do this at the first Tuesday of every month. And this is always such a great month. And it's just amazing to me that we finally closed out March. I feel like March, it just did not want to end. It was an incredible month, and I'm so proud of everyone. I see some new qualifiers on the line here. Joni is a new qualifier. Andy's a brand new qualifier for the first time. Who else am I missing? There's a lot of people on this line that have reached milestones and promotions, and I just want to congratulate everyone. I'm so proud of you guys, and I'm so proud of you if you just showed up. And I really just want to take a second and say, maybe you didn't hit a milestone or a goal that you were reaching for. Maybe you had a higher expectation, you had a promotion that you were reaching for, or you were looking for a certain number of qualifiers. And I just want to acknowledge you guys for a second and just say, missing the mark is what we do every day. We miss the mark every day. And Jim Rohn says it's not what happens to you in life that determines your future. It's what you do about it. And getting back up in this business, and in my opinion, in life, is way more important than getting knocked down and then, than having it come easy. Because we do learn from when we fall down. We learn from, missing the mark. And it happens every single day in business. And this is a business. And so I really want to acknowledge any of you guys that may be feeling like, it didn't happen to me. It didn't happen yet. And the only way in this business that you can possibly fail is if you give up on yourself and if you give up on your desires and your dreams. So I just, as a national marketing director, want to acknowledge everyone in this team for everything that you guys do, for every conversation that you have, for every text that you send, for every discomfort that you feel when you are like, ooh, because I get it. I know, I get it. And I so applaud what we're all doing together to go out there and making a difference, because it matters. It's important. And every single person that you help by reaching out and putting out your hand and saying, I don't know if this is for you, but you're doing good. So I'm really proud of everyone, and just really want to acknowledge everyone that's on this team, whether you're on the call tonight or you're watching this in the next couple of days. So Melissa, I want to give you an opportunity to say a couple things to your team and talk about your successes and all the great things that are going on with the Honeybees, because you guys had an awesome month too. And I just want to give you a chance to recognize them.
Thank you so much. Yeah, we are excited. There's a whole resurgence. We're calling it like the rebirth this spring, which is so fun. And that's, such an awesome lesson to pass along to everybody who's new to this business, is that you're going to go through cycles, cycles of growth and cycles of slump and cycles of growth again. And, ideally you want to keep doing it in this fashion, right? So that you're continuing to go up, but it's not a linear climb. It's just not that way. And so I am really excited about what's going on. We have a lot of really awesome new people who are saying yes to our business and really stepping up and joining us. So two of those people on my side of the fence are Carolyn Laura, who's my cousin, who I have been doing the dance with for, get this, 7 years. And she's finally just now stepping into it and really taking strides and doing an awesome job. And I'm so, so excited to share that experience with her, because she's somebody I love so dearly, and we have so many things in common, and yet we're in different geographic spaces, but close enough to kind of work it together. And it's just really exciting, the things that we're kind of pulling together. And then Brienne Band is on tonight, and I just want to really give her a huge shout out. You can see her with her beautiful hair tonight, and her sunglasses in her hair. Brienne has been with the business for Brienne, like 2.5 years, I want to say, somewhere in that vicinity. Yeah. And here's the best story of persistence, you guys. She went for it a couple of times. She went for it. Life stepped in the way. And we came around this third time, and she said, I'm doing it this time, and I'm going all the way. I'm not going to stop. And we just decided together, because she's got such a crazy busy life. When I say busy, she's busy, like, and we said, okay, can we focus for 2 weeks? Let's pick the 2-week period and just knock it out. And that's exactly what she did. And it was a really great strategy. And she came out way on top. And now she's got a ton of momentum and some really great team members. So congratulations, Brianne, on your 2,000 plus. That was really, really awesome.
Yay.
Thank you. And thank you, Melissa, for your help. Couldn't have done it without you.
No, it's a team effort. It's what we do. But I do want to pass it over to Danielle really quick, because she had a bunch of promotions that made this month just super, super, super fun. And she's going to go ahead and read through those.
Yeah, we had an awesome March. Thank goodness for long months, right?
They make up for the short ones.
Yes. So some of them are on the call tonight, and some I'm sure will watch the recording. But we had 2 HLP. So Greta Bronstein reached her HLP, which I think I saw her name on here. She's not on camera, but yay!
I'm here.
And Greta. Amanda Crowley is on as well, brand new to the team, reached her HLP, and she's chugging away, doing amazing. So excited for both of them. We had 2 new VFs this month. We had Maxine Stern, who I don't see on here, but I'm sure she'll watch the playback. Congratulations to Maxine, because she did amazing. And Jenny Martinez, aka Jenny Mac, is probably putting her 3 kids to bed right now. She'll watch the playback. So amazingly excited for her, because she too is someone who's been in for a while and was ready to pick things back up, and she just went for it. And then we finally have another sales coordinator on our team. So excited for Jen Bernstein, who is on the call.
Yay, Jen!
She worked it, she went for it, and we know what a huge milestone it is to reach sales coordinator, the top level of commission in our company. It is a huge accomplishment. I'm so, so proud of you, and really, really excited for what's to come. So congratulations.
Awesome.
That's it for March.
Donna Wiss, do you want to take a second and acknowledge some of the people on your amazing team? You guys have had just a killer month, and I'm so proud of you. And it sounds like
hell yeah, I want to. I didn't show up for my call because I wanted to get all the celebration here with everybody. So hey, yes, we as a team are a 7 club. Together is better. And I have to check my list here, because we've got a lot of great promotions. I first and foremost want to acknowledge the leaders, Brooke Ekstrom and Cheryl Schuberth, for their awesome leadership and growing their teams and partnering with me and in my craziness and trying to keep me sane. That only doesn't happen. That doesn't happen all the time, but occasionally. So on Brooke's team, to acknowledge Andy Glenn, our token male here on my side of the screen here.
Gotta have one.
yes, keep us in line.
Yeah, so he's in Brooke's team, and a couple of different acknowledgments to Andy. He not only is a VF and earned a conference ticket, but personal things got in the way. So he's coming to his first conference on that ticket, VF, and qualified this last month. So
yay, awesome.
Yeah. And then in Cheryl's team, acknowledging Megan Heinen as an amazing, amazing leader. She has qualified her business again, and growing her team with Sarah Alley, who's qualified again, and or Sarah Moore. She's kind of infamous. She goes back and forth with last names. So you never know which social screen name you're going to get. It's always Sarah. And then on Sarah's awesome team with Justinia, who is a new VF.
Yay.
And also, let's see, so new VF. And then direct to me, Susan Kissel. Just see her name, unfortunately, down there. But she's
here. Yay.
And not only did she become a VF in February, but she qualified her business twice. February and March, and she's also going to be a first-time conference attendee, which we're stoked about. Let's see who else. And then I also want to acknowledge Laura Thomas, who's also on the line, and she just accomplished it was last month, her HLP, and she's a new DD. And I believe we've got another HLP DD, if I'm not mistaken, Jen with Justinia. Is that correct?
Yeah, Jenny with Justinia. Yep.
Yes. Okay. Yep. So also in Megan's Megan, it's downline from Cheryl. We've got another HLP and new DD in that line. So a lot of really fun stuff has happened in the last 30, 60 days.
Donna, I'm so proud of you guys. I'm so excited.
I couldn't do it with all these amazing people.
It's a team. It takes a team. Well, I want to acknowledge sweet Joni Clement, who qualified her business for the first time. And I'll say more about Joni at the conference, but this is a girl who's so coachable and teachable and who has been so way out of her comfort zone. It's like she went to like another planet and just has kept showing up and doing what she's supposed to do. And I'm so proud of you, Joni. You're working so hard and the momentum is really starting to take off. So it's going to be really fun to celebrate that achievement in Phoenix as well. So talking about Phoenix, talking about what's coming up in a couple weeks, we're all getting really excited. And I know that there, especially for you guys that are a little bit newer and maybe you haven't had the conference experience yet. And maybe you're like, I don't even know what this is. I don't know what everybody's talking about. Melissa and I were talking this weekend about, the different events and different opportunities to plug in and learn. And I will just say that one thing is like, it's like one of the commandments in the Juice Plus in this business. Like there's like 10 commandments. And one of them is that events will build your business. Events will build your business, and events are truly a must in this business. If you're a person that doesn't like to go to events, have events, or be a part of any event, which you are because you're all on the Zoom call and this is an event, then I have no words. Because events build our businesses, and that is one of the foundational truths. So I asked Melissa to kind of give us a rundown of some of the big rock events, and then I'm going to talk about the big rock event that we keep talking about, and just kind of put things in perspective for you guys, just so that you can have some context. And if you're watching this call and you're still not sure, should I go to this? Should I go to that? What do I do? We really, my goal is to help you guys understand what is available to you so that you can make decisions that will help you grow the business that you want. This isn't for us to say, well, you've got to do this for us. This is for you so that you can say, okay, well, I really want to be a national marketing director. That sounds really amazing. I really need to quit my job, or whatever your reasons are, XYZ. So I better go to all the events, which is what national marketing directors do. So Melissa, will you kind of take us through the foundation of the key events that everyone needs to know about?
Yes, I will. Thank you. And it's funny because this conversation, like Lisa mentioned, kind of came up because it can be confusing and there's so much happening all the time that it's really easy to think like, oh, there's this one happening or that one happening. I'll just go to this instead of that, and make decisions based on our calendar, not based on the delivery of what's coming to you from the event itself. And that's where we wanted to just bring some clarity to everybody because, ooh, a bird just flew to my window. Sorry, that was hysterical. I'm looking at you and a bird is staring back at me.
Hopefully it's not going to go through the window.
No, I like to hit the window.
For a birdie.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Little bluebird, right? I'll take it. Okay. So basically I was taught when I first started in this business that you kind of build it backwards. Okay. So the bedrock of our business is built on conference. So when you look at balance in your organization and balance in your growth, you want to build that in first. So that's like your big rocks. The first things like the foundation of your house. Okay. And so I've just always taught myself to put those in my calendar and build around everything else. I build vacations around it. I build, travel, everything. My husband's calendar has that in there before he knows when our kids' birthdays are showing up and stuff. I mean, honestly, like that's kind of how we've learned to do it over the years because we publish it out so far in advance. It makes it easy. So that's a big piece. And I'm going to back it down and then I'll explain each one of them and how they, like what you're going to get from each one. These new things that are popping up are these summits that we're getting access to, which is something new and exciting. And it's also a company sponsored event, but those are led by the regional director. So you're going to get those in smaller venues with smaller groups of people. It'll be a different feel because a lot of what they're delivering is it's training materials. It's a lot of high level ideas and sharing, and it's great exposure to leadership within the organization. But what you're not getting is NMD speeches. You're not getting breakout sessions. You're not getting that camaraderie, that long weekend with your team to really build, and grow upon. You're not getting the sideline friendships as much as you will at conference because there's so many more people there, right? So it's a much smaller kind of focused type of an event. And really, we don't know much about them yet because we haven't experienced one. So that's happening. Boot camps come kind of in that third group of things. And I love boot camps. They've built my business in a big way over the years. They create a really intimate environment where you can go and get like a lot of times they have breakout sessions where you're with peers in your own category. So say you just reached a VF level, right? You can go with other VFs, and a lot of you are going through the same questions, the same kind of challenges in your own businesses, same skill building, right? And they'll break you out into those spaces. And I also like it too because you get to hear from a lot of regional people and get to know some of those leaders as they're rising up. It just makes it more accessible when you have access to people in those kinds of places. And they're fun. They're really, really fun. It's like a nice little weekend getaway, right? But much smaller group. And then you've got your regional local events that are co-op hosted usually, and that's happening on a regular basis. So those are things you can plug into. Out here, we're really lucky. We have them monthly almost, so there's something that's always available to you from that standpoint. But in terms of building, the way I look at it, I'm going to climb back up that list. The local and the regional events, the way I use those is to really gain mind share. So I bring happy customers, I bring prospects, I bring people I want to join the business to introduce them to our community. It's a nice way to get your palate wet, right? They get some education, they say yes to something typically, and that helps them move them forward. Boot camps are for those people that are really looking to get more of an understanding of what a career might look like here. And they want to come in and see some other people that have had some major success that are making, $3,000 or more a month using this business as a business model. And I find that that's a really great way to give them that exposure in a comfortable setting that they can ask a lot of questions and build relationships. Okay. The summits, this I think is a really great way for us to expose those same types of people to the company behind Juice Plus. So the boot camps are the people in the field. The summits are the company speakers, company paid for, company sponsored event, right? And then conference is really this amazing hybrid of all of it because you're coming there, you're learning medical information, you've got research being presented, you've got awards and recognition, you're going to hear stories, and the breakouts are there and everything's fun. There's so much team bonding. But for me, the biggest walkaway is the light bulb moments. And I don't think that those light bulb moments happen as big as they do than at conference. I think that's kind of your space for that. And you can't predict when they're coming. And you can't tell people what they're going to be. They really kind of knock you over the head. And anybody that's been knows. And you're like, oh, wow. You either hear something differently. It speaks to you bigger. It motivates you deeper. There's something that happens in that room that we can't duplicate outside. And there's kind of this intangible magic energy that we all drink from the well, and then we kind of go back, and it's that fuels you forward. So the data will tell you, if you mark and watch the people who attend conference, it speeds up your business by 6 months of advancement when you attend conference. And when you miss it, it slows it down. And so my own business is a good example of that because I just missed the last conference. My dad was failing. He was on his deathbed, essentially. I was helping him and really didn't want to miss a weekend away. And that's a very justifiable experience, right? But it hit me. It hit me financially. It hit me in numbers. It hit me in momentum. It hit me in all my growth mode. And it came from a position of, where my prospects, all the ones that I'd kind of laid up until that point, like everything flatlined for a little while. So now I'm in a rebuild mode. So I just wanted to be really personal with everybody because I know that it's a decision. It's a financial decision and it's a time decision for all of us, right? So when you're really just planning out these things, think of, if I want to make biggest impacts to my business, this is how to do it, right? And then Lisa, I think that's all I had on my side. Can I turn that over to you?
That's awesome. And it is great to know what are the other events that the company is offering and that our local leaders offer. And we have such incredible leadership in our company all over the country that pour into our region. So I think it's so awesome that we have all these different options. But just to kind of wrap it up and give you my perspective, and then we can open it up for questions if anybody has any questions, and then we'll let you guys go. I love that you said that there's light bulb moments at the conference, Melissa, because the overarching reason why anyone that my heart always goes, oh my gosh, you've got to go to conference, is vision. You know, that vision for where you could go and what your life could look like will happen at the conference, because people just like you, that look just like you, and you're like, she could be my neighbor, are up on that stage living their vision. And there is no other event that the Juice Plus company or any local leadership can put on that matches that experience in that condensed amount of time, with that amount of high level vision of what this business can do for you. And that's where my heart goes for people, because, you know, and to get a renewed vision, you know, I need the renewed vision. We are all adults living in a circumstantial world based on what is factual in our lives today, what is factual in our bank accounts, in our calendars, in our material things that show up in our life. We tend to live our lives around the certain conditions and circumstances in our life. And it's a very rare opportunity when you can get out of your day-to-day life. You don't either have to change diapers or carpool or make lunches or all of the above, pay bills, you know, do all the things that we do day-to-day, laundry, and go get some vision for what your life could look like if you choose to apply what you learn and come home and build a vision. And there is a business, there is no other experience that will do that for you. And what I love is that we come together, you know, we cry, we laugh, we bond. We walk into a room of 8,000 people that are just like us, with this huge passion, with this huge, you know, heart, and this amazing community. And we're like, my people, you know, my people. Because let's face it, when you go to the gym every day, or wherever you're out at school or, you know, at work, and you're just that Juice Plus person, you know, for Melissa and I and some of the leaders, it doesn't matter that we're NMDs. We're just like regular, like whatever, putting ourselves out there every day, putting ourselves out there. We come into the conference and we are united as one. And that feels amazing. And we have to do that for ourselves, you guys, so that we can come back home and do it again and do it again and do it again, because we must, because our dreams are requiring us to do that. So yes, you could miss. It's your business, but we want you there because we want you to get this vision. We want you to see beyond what your circumstances of your life are today. And we want to recognize you. This, you know, what we did in the first 10 minutes of this call is like a sneeze compared to the recognition that we have at our dinner on Thursday night, which don't forget to register for, you guys. And what happens throughout the weekend when you see young people, old people, you know, people from all over the country are coming to this conference, people from all over the country, you know, grandmothers, aunts, uncles, sisters, young kids, 24, 25-year-olds up on this stage kicking butt. You have a relatability factor to these people, and you're like, wow, if they can do it, I can do it. And that recognition only happens at our national conference. So I'm going to stop talking. If you guys have any questions, please unmute yourselves. I'm so grateful that you are all on this call. I'm so grateful that you're all on this team and this mission. And I can't wait to hug you up, because Zoom just doesn't cut it some nights. We just need each other, and we need to hug and clink glasses and toast ourselves. And we need to celebrate each other and really celebrate the work that we're doing out there in the world, and conferences where we all get to do that. So.
And I want to say one more thing. I just realized I left off my list, but conference is like social media gold. Okay. I can't tell you how many people I've gotten because they look at our pictures, and especially when we all know each other, they're like, oh my gosh, what are you people doing? You know, they want to know about it. We're having so much fun. It's amazing what comes after that, you know, too. So, and then it pops up in your memory feeds. And actually my cousin, who's not on the call tonight, but she said to me, yeah, I know. I told her conference. She's like, I know. I do want to go. I've seen how much fun it is. I've watched your pictures. I've watched for the last 7 years. And I'm like, oh, you have watched, you know, but they don't tell you they're watching, but they do, you know, and it really does sink in. So it's a great visual illustration of why what we do is so special, because like one of the gals on our team said, in every other conference that she goes to, she has to be there. and people are not wanting to be there, you know, but we get to be there, you know, like we get to go, we get to choose, and we all want to, and that's the cool part. So there's just a different energy about that. Yeah.
Totally.
Okay. Sorry.
Does
Question.
anybody no, that was great. It's so important. That piece is great. And then you get to come home and of course you're 10 feet off the ground. No one can touch you. No one.
With no voice for like a week.
That's right. You're untouchable. And you have something to talk to people about.
I wanted to comment about that, Lisa. I wanted to comment about that. I mean, events, obviously the biggest one is the conference, but events in general, you just never know where you're at in your life and who's going to speak to you. But conference, I went to a presentation last night for my son. He's interested in the military and special services. And listening to these guys talk about their camaraderie and their family and their purpose and their mission, I was like, I feel like was at a Juice Plus conference. I was like, I get it. I get why the military is so, bound in there, because that's their family and they have a mission and they're covering for each other and they want each other to succeed and in some cases live, or they're on a humanitarian, but it was just like, it was weird. I just got it. It was, I've always got it. I've really appreciated the military, but it was really neat to see a different community, because my previous community before Juice Plus was the PR journalism community, which is cutthroat and mean and nasty. And so I was like, when I met the Juice Plus community, I was like, oh, thank God there's nice people in the world. And they love me for whoever, whatever I am, wherever I came from, they all want us to succeed. And then, last night was really enlightening. And I was like, so pumped. I'm like, Juice Plus conference 3 weeks away, and I get to have that big family again. Not that I don't have it right here, but it's really fun. Like Lisa said, you get in that room and you're like, everybody's just sharing each other. No one's judging anyone. Everyone's just loving on each other. So.
Well, even look at all of us, Donna, like all of the leaders on this team, like we never would have even known each other if we didn't do this together, right? So it's like we vacation together twice a year with friends, right? And we read it off. It's great.
Yep. Exactly right.
Love it. Sisters. Yeah.
Love it. Love it. Anything else, you guys? Any questions? Are you guys that are new, like you're okay? Are there any burning questions that you have that we can answer? Don't be shy. Okay.
I have one thing to share. And I know I've probably vomited this all over Facebook, but I'm vomited all over you guys. But Maria Shriver's book, I've been thinking, it is like an absolute must that you must all read. All read. It speaks to all of what we do. And juggling our lives and everything that goes on and just hope and desires and passions and purposes. And I really encourage you all to read or listen to that book. Even for you, Andy, even though it's a woman, it's a really, really inspiring book. It speaks to your soul.
Good. Awesome, Donna. I'm going to get that. I know that's on my list. All right, you guys. Well, I love and appreciate you, every single one of you. And I cannot wait to see you guys in a couple weeks. We are going to have the best conference ever, because they always are. And
25 years.
That's
25
right.
years.
25 years. I know, we didn't even talk about that. 25 years. What's around for 25 years? Not a lot. But Juice Plus is. So thanks, you guys, for being on the call. And see you guys in Phoenix. Can't wait.
All right.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.